Konnichiwa, Minago. It's me, Akatsueki, your furry Ian Vtuber and Ian Void representative. And welcome back to Slay the Princess. This game is very strange. I'm even considering some of the other games I played in the past of this ilk. Our one job is to kill the princess. We just had a voice in our heads telling her like, "Hey, you know this princess is in a cabin in the woods. Go and kill her. Don't ask any questions. But if you do not kill her, she will destroy the world." In the course of events, we found out that she is actually an eldritch creature made of knives. She killed us several times. We came back each time. It's like if Stanley Parable had a baby with Disco Elysium. Exactly. It is exactly that. There is no more apt description than the bastard child of Stanley Parable and Disco Elysium. But let us continue. According to the achievement I got last time I did this, the real Slay the Princess begins now. So we will see what this all has in store for us. We now know that the narrator is actually telling some degree of truth.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
She is dangerous. Whether or not she can destroy the world remains to be seen. It looks like there is another eldritch creature of a different kind. That other one is made of hands. This one is made of knives. It seems like the hands one is the one that wants to destroy the world. Maybe not the knives one, but we'll see.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Maybe killing. Can someone else do this? I'm not doing this. Maybe I'm okay with the world ending.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people.
I'm gonna talk to her first this time.
Or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Sweet. I just want to offer Monarch. Viva la Revolucion!
That's the spirit. You make your way up the short.
This word has French.
You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
See it enter the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note.
What happens if I don't take the knife?
Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm not gonna take the knife. Oops. You know what? Okay. I have to do this. Okay. Just gonna enter the basement without the knife.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Thank you for the water, Mayor. I mean, we just started, but thank you.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Alright, just checking in. I think I'm here to slay you. Here to see. Just checking in on you.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Very easily, she is made out of knives.
Begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
She doesn't. The perfect woman. She doesn't just kill me if I just walk up to her.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
So is Princess. I'll call her Mommy. Calm down, Mayor, please. I need you to focus. So, is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Oh, okay.
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
From the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
It kind of does. You're supposed to be human.
This is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
It's pretty relevant.
Actually, what has she been eating? She has to.
She's actually swords. Swords don't need to eat. Let's see here to sleep. You're apparently supposed to end the world. I don't think you're actually dangerous. I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe. There's something about you that doesn't feel right. I mean, I know, but...
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
How long have you been down here?
How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No, they were mum on that thing. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I was hoping you'd tell me. No, which is why I don't think you're dangerous. I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
That is true. That is very true.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Yeah.
I don't trust that.
The narrator did not tell me that you were made out of swords.
Down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Oh yeah. She's the government. We can't trust the government. Okay, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. Stay for a while. I just kept you company. You like your ways down here. At least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. I can't trust you. This doesn't add up. It isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. I'm getting you out of here. Let me get this. Okay, I can't just set you free. Let's say if I wanted to skip you company, maybe then everyone could be happy.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
I mean, she already undid one of the chains.
I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
It does not take very long for her to show her true colors.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Okay, let's get you out of here. Examine the chains.
You can't be serious.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
You're making a huge mistake.
I know.
I think you're doing the right thing.
I'm not.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I can at least find something to break you free. If there isn't a key, do you have any other
Maybe
ideas?
there's some way to break the chains?
But Fleetwood Mac, never mind.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is there someone following
Someone
us?
else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Hey! Let me out of here!
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
The narrator is here.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
I think the narrator is up there.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
You know, if she's made out of swords, and she can just cut her hand off and escape, why doesn't she? I mean, she's been down here this whole time, but she can just free herself at any moment. Yet she doesn't.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Ooh.
before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth
Speaking of
tearing
which,
with the determination of a A sound comes from behind her, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine.
Fine.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Her eyes are huge.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
She doesn't look like she's made out of swords right now.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
The narrator's forcing my hand, literally.
This isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess, warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Slay the princess, slay, resist!
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't be long before you bleed out.
It's weird how she doesn't know how to use a knife.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Game over, yeah! She's actually remorseful and sorry. It seems that way.
Is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
It seemed that way, but there was that moment where she was like, you and I both know that I'm find my way out of here eventually, and if you don't help me, I'm gonna take you down. There was that moment, but then she's actually like crying over killing us, when the narrative forced us to try to kill her. I don't know
You're here to slay her.
what to make of
If
this.
you don't, it will be the end of the world.
And there were no sores in her body. Hasn't this happened already? Okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
Oh, he got the voice of the smitten immediately!
Have to be sneaky about it.
She probably understands the narrative forced him to try and kill her. I don't think she knows about the narrator.
Our beloved. Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
The simp returns.
So all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
The four of us, it's me, the hero, and the smitten.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the
Or
sort of
maybe
sacrifice
he's
the whole
including the
world
princess.
on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really didn't happen. Why should I listen to you? Yeah, I already know about that. Proceeds to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Does she grow more knives the more attempts we take?
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Focus.
The interior of the cabin is
Oh.
and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries.
Now it looks more like a
Prison
castle.
a royal prisoner.
Okay.
The furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
The imaginary is not broken. So I think it's changing based on the choices I make. Because I decided to be a slayer at first, it started breaking apart and getting more sharp and knife-like. And because this time I chose to save her, helping the princess is the right way to go. I don't think that I'm gonna give my tentative explanation. I don't think any way is the right way to go. How the princess turns out to be, I think is based on how I react to her. If I go in knife drawn, ready to take her out, then she's going to become evil. If I go in with an attempt to try to save her, she's going to become a damsel in distress. I think like the one factor affecting all of this is me.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know
Still
what
imaginary.
but there was a mirror a second ago, but now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
A feather where? I'm not taking the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice is completely different.
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time.
She sounded like a demon the last time.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Even the voice of the hero is different. The last time he was still trying to convince us to like protect her, but now he's telling the smitten to calm down, and we still don't know anything about her. The voice of the hero is the voice of reason. He's trying to balance everything out.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Her
There's a
dress is
chain
different.
around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence.
Her tiara is different too.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
And the fact remains that she did try to chew her own arm off.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end. Now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
The smitten comes out compromised. I didn't bring a knife. Yeah, do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there?
You died, and now we're talking.
Wow, okay. Before we started talking, did you end the world? Did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like her? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her. Listening to her, that's a confession.
I don't want the world to end. I want to see the world sucks people are a plague. And I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them all.
I can't believe that the
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world. I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
That she just admitted to obliterating the entire world. I guess that wouldn't actually move you. Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out. But have you seen her angelic face? She should get a pass. She just wanted to make us happy. By destroying the world. Apparently, yes.
Okay, last time. How about what happened last time? The narrator who sent me here to kill you, took over my body, was extremely unfair. Rescue the princess. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go.
Another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
It was the narrator's fault!
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
She has her own narrator! Do you think the knife thing is her narrator? The hand thing. Do I have my own hand thing? Is that what my narrator is? The narrators are all eldritch gods.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
You killed me last time. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Rescue the princess.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
What's with your character's appearance? I think I'm a lizard person? I'm not sure. I didn't really see my face. I didn't get to see my face in the mirror last time.
You had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
Your hands are like if a bird had arms. Yeah, a lizard.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Why don't you tell me what you want? There's something you want. Do you want to end the world? Do you want to end the world?
Are you seriously asking her that?
Yeah, might as well. We're here now.
Oh, we've been over this one. I do want to end the world.
If you want to leave, then let's leave.
Sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hope of your final love slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? Slams in your face.
The narrator's having none of this.
Familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Have you not seen a Disney movie before? It only takes like 6 hours to fall in love.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
You think you can open it? I think we can open it if we try together. I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door.
Or if it's Beauty and the Beast, Stockholm Syndrome.
And
It can't really, because I'm not her captor. So there's no Stockholm Syndrome here.
the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs and... Blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Take the blade and slay the princess. You're not doing that.
It's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Romantic haze. Your love will set you free.
Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Maybe I am a bird. Oh, the Eldritch thing. But you didn't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
What's he scared? This is the end, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
I gave the hand Eldritch another piece. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach for it, they're gone. But the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The bloat. I've grown. Am I a big boy now? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement.
The simp ending.
I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
You're the same being as you were before. How much did you change? How much have you
As
changed?
a child, the same as an infant, I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Do you know what you want to do when this is all over?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Am I dating the Eldritch horror? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
Fuck the Eldritch horror. Sucker for love! You're kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you. Breathe the Eldritch mommy. How do you get a non-Euclidean creature pregnant? It's like, it would be like if you had a dream about someone and that person in your dream, when you woke up, got you pregnant. That's the kind of concept right there. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Start that sentence. Ah, Jesus Christ. I said it would be like if you had a dream about someone and that person in your dream got the real you pregnant. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadow.
I see that as a win. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
I was right! She changes based on based on how I treat her. I treated her as a threat the first time and she became a threat. I treated her as a damsel in distress the second time and she became a damsel in distress. So what will I treat her as next time? Hey Jacob, what's going on? How are you? I'm starting to understand this a lot more.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
You don't have any preferences on how you like to grow or change?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grant.
Absolutely nothing. Treat her like nothing.
It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Wow. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
You have the perspective of a knife and a damsel. I think that's enough.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Game over, yeah!
Bring the damsel to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is you're here to slay her.
Okay. Can someone else do this? Okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him.
See it into the cabin. How do I want to treat her?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
I could treat her like
Stale
nothing.
and musty, and the floor and walls after blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Do I want to take the blade or no? Let's take the blade this
You take the
time.
blade from the table. The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Who's there?
Ah, she responds immediately based on whether I take the knife or not.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
What if you just do as the narrator says? Yeah, I didn't do that the first time. The first time I like checked her pulse. That was the only thing that I did differently than what he said.
It's all part of the manipulation.
Continue down the stairs.
Good.
So,
Still listening.
do as the narrator says means not talking to her at all.
You walk
Yeah,
down the
yeah,
stairs
yeah.
And lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. She focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Still your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Don't check her pulse. Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like
Probably.
she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over.
And can't make the same choices as before.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
There is no war within the walls. Here we are safe. Here we are free. I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Is it what's best for me, though?
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
You hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. Any idea to get us the heck out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Ah, shit.
Blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
We're using the blade, kill us? Anything to get out of this hell.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones.
Damn.
The blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Game over, yeah!
Chapter 2. Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
I don't know what voice you'll get now.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then that's fine.
Voice of the cold.
To kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for
The
whatever
depressed
reason
one.
you insist this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Isn't telling the truth. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before you go in, she will lie. She won't be a problem.
Proceed into the cabin. How is she going to be? What's the cabin going to look like?
The interior of the cabin is cold. A soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs.
I
flutter
could have
on the
just
walls.
left.
You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Yeah.
You take the blade from the table.
I already know what the
Difficult
deal
to
is with
slay
the
the
mirror.
princess and save the world without a weapon.
The mirror is a passageway to the long quiet.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay. She's definitely dead.
Really is dead.
It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeleton. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost!
She's a ghost. Call the Ghostbusters, not the 2016 ones. Alright.
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, killer. I was hoping to see you again.
I have some complaints.
Princess across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again.
Having some issues about last time, namely you fucking stabbed me. I have some complaints. Hey, wait, I've got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Was the 2016 Ghostbusters really as bad as people made it out to be? No, it really wasn't. I mean, it wasn't great. It was more just mediocre. It was a perfectly serviceable summer Hollywood film. It wasn't well written. The visuals were great. And the visuals were fine too. Do I wait? Or should I just try and kill her again?
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter
Stab
how
her
many
again.
times you strike
Oh shit. Who could have seen it coming?
interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
Huh.
You're adorable when you're confused. But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
If I knew I'd have to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different?
You don't look dead, killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
We are Burb.
I just want to go home. I'm so cold.
I'm more interested in what you are. I am Burb.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all, you owe me.
Absolutely not.
Let her possess me?
She can possess us. She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
What if I say no? Just be temporary, right? You'll leave once we're out of the cabin?
If I'm able to. But for all we know, that's not how it works.
Oh.
Maybe
I
I'll
know, it's interesting all of a sudden.
long time.
Don't much like the sound of that. It's crowded enough in here as is. It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body. That is a very...
Let her in. I let you in. Do I still get to be in control?
Sure. Why not?
That doesn't sound very reassuring. I can't believe you're even entertaining her right now. I mean, just look at her. Do you think she has good intentions for her murderer's body? Of course she doesn't.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Do it. Let the princess possess you.
The princess swims through the air in
Invite
front of
her
you,
in.
pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Game over, yeah!
Oh wait, we're not dead yet.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass,
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am.
What happened? I really want to know. I mean, she's possessing us.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
Sounds like the narrator. Hold on, man. Jesus.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
Kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
And setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Do I have to kill myself again? Can't think straight. There's too much noise.
Don't think. Just move.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we leave.
I love that everyone agrees that the narrator
I'll be making
sucks.
some renovations. It's too crowded.
Leave the basement, slay the princess. Well, I slayed her already, so I might as well keep doing it.
Isn't that an interesting idea? I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to do that?
I mean, I did it before.
Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made. All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
What do you think you're doing?
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it. You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart.
No!
The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle. Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
Is this really what you wanted?
Not
You hate
really.
me so much that you would kill yourself just to deny me freedom?
Yes, he would, because he knows what's at stake, and he knows what will happen if you leave this place. I'm not so sure about all of that. Don't be modest. You're a hero.
Do you think I'm just going to stick around while you die? Hell no, I'm leaving.
You can try if you want. But I think this is an end for all of us.
Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out!
The princess's form continues struggling to pull itself out of you. The effort is in vain.
If you kill yourself while a ghost is possessing you, does the ghost die too, or does the ghost just leave?
You collapse to your knees. Your vision blurs, then starts to fade.
The Exorcist. Interesting questions.
I think he's gone. Just like everything else.
Yay, I gave the Eldritch Spirit a ghost.
Are we dead? I don't know. I don't think so. This is different than it was last time.
As the voices in your head debate amongst themselves, the form of the princess crawls from your body and into the vast nothing surrounding
Do
you.
you think we're done? Do you?
Enjoy the ghost hand thing. Know you ever it's time to leave, memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Nah, I know where she is.
Why is it here? Why now?
What's this? It's going to be okay to trust me. You've been here before and you always get
It's so
scared.
bad. Like, looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're
I
correct.
don't need to comfort him.
Seeing for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
If you say so. I'll trust you. Whatever makes you happy.
Shards of glass. According to the Ghost Princess. Huh. The decay. I've withered. My scales are starting to slough off my bones. I'm at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bring my life to.
There are no words that can describe me into non-existence.
I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
At least one of us always hurts the other. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart.
How? I killed her immediately.
Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
Doesn't matter how many times we'll go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
A little bit, yes. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. I think I hate you. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here.
I
And
mean, we are in the long quiet right now, which is long and quiet. Still planning to kill you once we're done with this. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
Perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
You still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
You figured out what you'll want when we're finished. This is the thing we're dating, not the princess.
Endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me.
Thank you, I do need water, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the water.
I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing.
Don't put salt in it like I did. Why? Well, I was about to say, why would you put salt in water? But my mother used to do that. Like whenever I would get burns inside of my mouth, she would mix salt into hot water and make me gargle it, and that would usually like get the burns to go away. I'm ready to go back.
Be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die.
Game over,
I brought her the specter, the spirit of vengeance.
You're on a path in the wood. You're here to slay her. While I appreciate, nevertheless, and before you do causality, it's no use unless of.
Silently continue to the cabin. Saw my water because I have an ulcer. My bottom inside lip. Yeah, that's exactly what my mother would use it for.
Ignore him. The interior of
I'm gonna take the knife, but I'm going to talk to her more.
the air is ablaze.
Because if I take the knife, she immediately becomes a threat.
You take the
But I'm going to talk to her as if I think she's a threat. Before I just stabbed her.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice carries up the.
Who's there?
When you truly do as the narrator says at some point, including living in bliss.
She says,
I'm not sure if that would make a difference, but I will.
So don't let it fool you.
I
It's
guess.
all part of the manipulation.
It sounds kind of boring.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. Don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Relationship, are you coming on to me? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
It's kind of exactly what she said before.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
This is the exact same conversation, but in a different tone.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk.
What's your name? What do you say your name is in this version?
Hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Okay. A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
You talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here. Because it's not grayed out, something different will happen.
You have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
There isn't any key? Do you have any ideas?
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about you attempt to make your way out of the basement. Is someone else here? Your
Let me out of here.
shouts are met with silence. You're here to slay.
Turn to the bottom of the
Make
stairs.
your way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm. You cut.
In this mental
The
state.
blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before she didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Her head is gigantic.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
You won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
So loving princess, we have mutual trust.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
I resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
You actually will.
And then she slits your throat with an almost pinch. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Game over, yeah!
Prisoner.
You're on a path. You're here to...
I die. What am I doing here?
Not
What voice do we have now?
To answer your second question, don't forget what
The skeptic.
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
The skeptic is with us now.
I'm inclined to agree.
We have Reddit on our side.
Maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before she will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink? No, I didn't. Wink. Focus on the princess.
And the cabin will be...
The interior of the cabin is
prison.
woodland retreat, and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slip. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down
Oh,
the stairs
wow.
and eyes with the princess. She looks up at you.
There are
The heavy collar around her neck.
2 more chains. 3 more chains.
Binding both her
2
wrists
more
and
chains
arms,
around her, but
joining the
3
metallic
more in
pulse
total.
As she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Holy shit.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall?
Narrator's isn't fucking around.
Everything seems to serve a distinct purpose. There would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Seeing how locked up she is. Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else. I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before.
Up to a point.
Lucky for that.
Up to a point.
Exactly. He gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine. You won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see.
I think we'll get several words about it.
Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Oh, the chain on the wall. Who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
You're asking about my intentions earlier. What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here?
There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
What would you have me do?
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's...
Oh.
Sounds confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing.
Oh, please. She's
That's
just
what the
one of-
skeptic says?
That much should be obvious. In case you needed to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. Just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. Start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The pros are we can't trust him. Possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what...
None of the voices like the narrator.
They're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Since I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right? Okay, I'm trusting you. This is about mutual trust.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your own weapon over to the world-ending princess.
It's not the princess that is the world, it's the hand thing.
Say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
Try to take it from the body.
Exactly.
If I were you, I wouldn't do it. Mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
No! Watch an uneasy silence.
Her eyes.
It's this fucking metal.
Her smile unwavering as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebrae.
Oh no. Oh no. God, it's unsettling.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, what did we do?
Death is the only way out.
Tell me we can...
Rewind the tape!
The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
You sure she's
Obviously not. She is thoroughly deceased.
Is she winking?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things. The danger has passed. You can relax.
You're the only one that's not relaxed, narrator.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us. So can we leave already?
I'm gonna take her with me.
Ugh, fine. Pick up the princess's severed head. Its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make
Ugh, fine.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to
Oh
you?
yeah,
why
she's
this
still
is
twitching.
lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Talking heads, free a prisoner.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Hi, hand thing, enjoy the head.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's gonna be okay, just trust me.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be...
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back.
Bye bye, Ona. Man, please stop. It's the end for you, but not for me. See you on the other side.
Feels too good to be true.
What do I look like now? I've unraveled. But first I was bloated, then I withered, and now I'm unraveled. Tokyo Ghoul. How does the hand like the head? Wait, does she?
There's a world
Okay.
beyond the endless
Oh,
void.
she got the body too. She got the body and the head.
See what it means for
Can stop me from banging the princess. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Yeah, quite obviously. She's like a French monarch. Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own. Because of that, nothing can exist. That's... No! 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 When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, but I don't know why. But I know this for a fact. I know what I'm going to do when I find him. When I find him, you and I are finally going to have some answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
This is the last stage before your completion. The last stage before your completion? I'm going back, I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
There's no waiting forever. So she only needs one more? I'm ready to go back.
Next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Game over, yeah!
Bring the prisoner's head to her. A gratuitous vessel.
In the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
You know what? I am gonna try
You're
leaving this
here to
time.
slay her. If you don't,
Turn around and leave.
seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Anything that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path...
Turn around again and leave again.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Okay, I'm not killing a princess. I should die. Not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Quietly continue down the path.
Your silence is deafening. But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? I'm not normally for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to fated confrontation with the princess.
Yeah, I guess I start walking a different direction again. In fact, I know it's gonna keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus,
Infinite cabins!
there is a path and a cabin. Paths and cabins, desperately trying to walk you where you need to be. What's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Game over, yeah!
The stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will...
You're in for it now. Why is he a tricks?
By tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you can pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
You know I can tell when you're lying. Please take this
I'm
seriously.
definitely going to the cabin. I'm definitely killing the princess.
A warning before you go any further. She
There's
will
so
lie.
many
She will
walls.
cheat. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
I have to go to the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space.
Oh.
An inch here, a foot there.
Because I didn't come here the first time. The cabin didn't have a chance to mold itself to how I perceived it.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
So what is the princess gonna look like?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
I'm curious now.
If we lose ourselves, nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
This geometry is very
Now,
stressful.
Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours, and quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously rigged. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine.
Fine.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Take the blade.
Take the blade. Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way. Thumb at the bottom. Look much cooler and with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Keep your grip as it is. Hold the blade the
Switch
other
your
way.
grip on the blade. Congratulations. Yes. Better.
I'm cool now.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Explore. Throw the blade out the window. Would you annoy the narrator?
Yes, do it. Seriously. Throw the blade out the window, blast shower in the cabin, and I suppose you're We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks
Whoa.
open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
MC Escher.
There seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A disquieting collage of tone and personality drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward.
He
And
Donald Trumped
whatever she
us.
make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? The fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the harsh stairs to the left. Oh. So if I take the harsh stairs to the left, would she be cruel? If I take the soft stairs to the right, would she be a damsel? What if I go down the center? What if I'm a centrist?
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, Careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be
World's saddest centrist achieved.
Maybe sideways. Is the most true path. You know that much.
Oh.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish.
Oh God.
Till the only
We're
thing
going
left
into
is
the concept art phase.
patterns and emotions of the journey. A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as... What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
I'm unsettled.
Princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is. Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart.
Don't say take apart.
Cards close to her chest. It's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality.
Her mind is fractured instead of you.
What's done is done.
No, that's not it at all. It's because because she molds herself to whoever I perceive her. Because I never met her the first time, she didn't have anything to imprint on. So now she's every possible person that I can imagine.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them.
This is Schrodinger's princess.
You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
There's more of you now. Getting down here. You're locked up here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Voice of the Delirious. I'm delirious as well. Welcome.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. Obviously just making things worse.
Hello. What's your name?
Princess. You can call me Princess if you'd like. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
None of them have names. Getting down here was weird, like it was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? You have the game volume lowered? I do, but it's just so I can hear my voice, because my voice is the most important one.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? Oh, I thought they would send something better to deal with me. If the stairs manage to chew you up,
I will devour you.
sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
If I let you out of here, what are you going to
I
do?
don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. What do you want me to say? That I'd be a good person? You either trust me or you believe that I'm dangerous. What I say won't change how you already feel about me. Besides,
You already know what I'm going to do.
if you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction. It's infuriating. Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Focus up.
I kind of want to make another one.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
But which one do I slay? I'm getting you out of here. Try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. Oh. Think about that time. Oh, I make all the choices.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it falls apart.
I turned her into a bloodborne enemy.
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. It's going to be okay. Enjoy that one, hand thing. When everything is possible, nothing is.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Yeah. You've been here before and you always get scared.
Well, yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. You're not messing with us, right?
What do I look like now? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Very good movie. I'm nothing. As I'm right, you can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and you see a figure, a faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me? The narrator is a... What the fuck is that, a crow? A crack slices on the center of the mirror, splitting the image and the glass in two. And another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
About 5. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
Hurt? I don't feel pain. Not physically.
Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Oof. Do you have anything to say for yourself for all of this hubris?
People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Will it help if I look away and stop asking questions? Are you part of me, or are you something else? So do you know about the looping? So many times I met you denied as even a possibility. Why did you lie?
You talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered, Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
If you made me, then what am I? What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die. She becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though.
Yeah, they were just hands. Death of the author. Run out of questions. See what she thinks about all of this. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Bring the stranger to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Oh, she's the many-faced god.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the long quiet, not a lizard apparently. But I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
So many stories left unfinished. Can you really just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Unless you out, an entire world ends for good. If knew I was going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked, if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
I don't know if you can see what I see, but this one right here is eating ass. Anyway.
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. The masses mold you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything. A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
I couldn't understand you then, but I think I understand you now.
You saw with a single pair of eyes what you needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them opening to what we are. To question everything is to deny proof of the reality that lies in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you did not live alone. You found me, and we held trust in each other for no reason than to believe in something that wasn't us. Cold skepticism turned to liberation, but it required a journey to blossom.
She's reflecting on all of my choices.
Though you have blossomed, do you have no more journeys left to make? What of those in the spaces beyond? Would you erase the path ahead to hold everyone still?
There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. I don't want to keep anyone still.
Nor should you. Nor should I. Our purpose is to be and to experience. And their purpose is the same.
Ghost.
A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they do not return it. I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours. But you do not follow my path. Hands clasped together, you break yourself, and you break me with you. You were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to end me again.
I was glad to end this together.
And the thread of that ending wove itself into yet another experience, which wove itself into yet another. Your liquor tries to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
So there's way more than just these 4 possibilities.
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
That feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight what we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together. Hand in loving hand.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective. What about the razors? What does the razor girl come into this?
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
The knives! Never again was there a perfect woman like this.
On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts or not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead and alive and dead all at once. You learn to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality, and you used it to rise above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
If he hadn't snatched that body away, we would have killed each other. It was self-destructive. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning.
And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you showed me how much further I could still climb.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Seeing as you believe in, you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
That sounds kind of dope. I'm ready to go, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel a sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spinning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound into agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confronting you across infinite size and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield. Take her hand. All at once the unyielding tension breaks. Oh, you are free, and she is with you. And you're in a kaleidoscope cell wall looking fucking thing.
It's magnificent.
There are no worlds. There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone. The two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. We did it! We did the thing that Thanos could never do. Properly court death. I think this is the good ending. I'm going to call this the good ending. And the good ending is not... The good ending is to not kill death. An actual ending. Our song finished the game. The good ending doesn't count. The princess, the world ending. Mutually assured destruction. Oh, wait. This expression about that, use the track order for a special playlist just for you. I had to take a screenshot. You can hide the UI by hitting H. Oh. Here's the playlist. So this is the playlist for the endings that I got. Maybe? Follow somewhere else, make your playlist. Play our other game, return to main menu. Wow. I get to make an actual playlist. Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay, I'm actually gonna go do that. So, yes. Thank you. So that was Slay the Princess. I really enjoyed that one. Oh my god, that was wonderful. I love the game. I love the game where it turns out that I am the Eldritch Horror. It wasn't the narrator at all, I think. I think the narrator made an Eldritch Horror. I'm still not exactly sure what the narrator was. It was a bird something. Bird fucking thing. But yes. This was certainly a game. Yes, it was definitely a thing where I pressed a button and things happened. It was a good game. I liked it. It was a very good game. So yeah, so that was Slay the Princess, which is the one thing that we did not do. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I will be taking the weekend off as per usual, and I will be back on Monday. I think I know what game I'm going to play on Monday. I am 85% sure of the game that I'm going to play on Monday. But just in case I change my mind, I'm not going to tell you what that game is. But you will know. You will know. You will know. You will know what it is when I start it. So yes, thank you everyone so much for joining me tonight. Please follow so that you do not miss out on all this awesome content. And until next time, Ja Mata. Enjoy Infinity, everybody. Bye. I slayed her in a different way.